This was a shocking thing because it didn't seem like an out-of-the-ordinary attack.
Right. What happened here is that we tend to view denial-of-service attacks against bank sites as kind of a minor nuisance. You wait an hour or two, the bank site comes online, and you're all right. What's so surprising about these attacks is that hackers have taken opportunistic chances. When Anonymous or some other hacktivist group takes out a bank site, they'll say, well, this is a great opportunity to steal debit card information and drain the accounts because the bank security staff is so overwhelmed. And
so basically, it's a smokescreen.
Total smokescreen, and two words describe why it's so hard to stop these attacks: traffic logs. When a denial-of-service attack is happening, the traffic logs are overwhelmed with gibberish, lots of bogus requests for website transactions. So it's hard enough to notice a fraudulent transaction when things are running smoothly, but when you have millions of fraudulent transactions just pinging the site, it's almost impossible to notice, if a debit account is being drained fraudulently.
So if you're writing a checklist on how to become a needle in a haystack, first thing is have a haystack. I mean, is the denial-of-service attack coming from the same place as the cyber thief, or do they just wait for the theft to happen and get in there at that time?
There are two ways this is happening. The security folks that I've talked to say there's certainly an opportunistic aspect when a hacktivist group is taking aim at a bank site. Actual cyber criminals will say, hey, this is a perfect opportunity to strike. But they're also very sophisticated, mostly Eastern European cyber criminals who do both. They launch the denial-of-service attack because when else is a bank going to suspect they're actually having the accounts drained? I mean, certainly a hacker would want to be stealthy and sophisticated, but they're doing both at the same time.
Are banks very uneven in their sort of cybersecurity protections?
That's a good question. It was a surprising aspect of what I found in my reporting, which is that if a bank site gets hit with a denial-of-service attack, they throw everybody at it. And the reason the security experts I talked to said they do that is there's so much damage that a site outage can do to their brand. Less so than any financial damage, but their brand takes a huge hit when the site's down for a long time. They look unprofessional. So they throw everybody at a denial-of-service attack, which leaves all the other aspects of the business wide open, which I didn't know before, but that shows very clearly where their priorities are.
And final question, do banks have a different kind of protection maybe offered either as a group or from the government or from the Fed or anywhere else?
They do some information sharing with the government. The government certainly wants banks to do more of this information sharing. Banks are very reluctant to do that because they don't want to give up proprietary information. So they do some sharing with the government. The FBI wants them to do more of it, but it's a very limited use when, one of the attacks I described, 2 hours, hackers took $9 million out of ATMs in 46 cities. That's about as sophisticated as you get.